episode of Stickman Reviews. I'm your host, Andrew, aka Drew Bungus, and with me today is Daniel.
Hello.
And today we're going to be looking at the brand new single from Marilyn Manson called We Are Chaos. Yes, We Are Chaos. I had to double check that name. Also, the name of the album is also We Are Chaos, coming out September 11th, which is a very Manson-esque thing to do. But yeah, so today we're going to be discussing our thoughts, opinions, just shooting the shit about what we think about it. And I remember when I first sent the little teaser to Daniel, I saw it on Instagram, and it was a little teaser of him in a cowboy hat. And we were fucking around, and we're just making jokes.
That
Yeah,
got me too because he's made a couple covers for Western songs. He made a Johnny Cash cover, I think last
yeah.
year, was it? And I thought it was just hilarious because we were joking around about the fact that he might go full on Mama Said, like Metallica.
Well, my favorite one is that he's gonna go from mechanical animals to mechanic work on his F-150.
That one, and the one you said from Hollywood to the Holy Bible.
Yeah, Hollywood from the Holy Bible. Amen. Amen, brother.
That one was even funnier because what was it? What was the one that I had said?
I forget. There's a few good ones in there,
Uh,
but
oh
yeah.
Do you love your guns and fucking the scarecrow?
Everyone, we don't want Manson to pipe a scarecrow.
Yeah, no. And there was one that I said, but that one's that one might not be YouTube success.
Yeah, no.
Yeah. So mechanical animals to mechanic work, 4-wheel drive F-150.
But yeah. So it's a bit different, as you can kind of tell if you haven't listened to the single. Obviously, go on ahead and do so. But it's a little different. It's very very Bowie-esque.
Very Bowie inspired. As far as we know, he's producing work with Shooter Jennings, who is Waylon Jennings' senior and Jesse Coulter's son. So the son, I believe, he's in his 40s, and it was very surprising. First of all, because I totally didn't expect.
Oh yeah, no, I wouldn't expect Manson to work with a country artist of all people.
Because he was working on the very last two albums that he did, which were Heaven Upside Down and The Pale Emperor. He was working with Tyler Bates, of all people. So it did take me back. First of all, it's like, well, what is going on here? But I mean, after a while, I started considering it, especially after you name drop who it was, and it's like, oh, okay, I see where this is going, and at the same time, I have no idea.
Yeah, and I mean, it didn't. A lot of people are comparing it to country. I don't really hear more. I hear more Bowie than country.
Yeah, no, I didn't. Actually, I was surprised by how little I heard.
Yeah, I saw the cowboy hat, and I saw Shooter Jennings was on it, and I was kind of like, oh boy,
where's this going?
Is Manson going Clint Eastwood? You know.
We were gonna say, if this doesn't turn out to be good, we're gonna just rip on this man for the rest of his life.
Yeah, but
it's gonna roast.
Turns out it's like, well, I mean, we'll talk more. Well, I guess we can go more into it. I don't want to say my final opinion on it just yet.
Oh no,
but I would say it's I feel like the overall feel and the instrumental of the song is actually, I feel like it works for Manson. That kind of almost ballad-esque dark theme, like dark. It's like David Bowie, but like Manson adds his little touch to it, and it's not like Mechanical Animals where it's like almost like a commentary.
Yeah,
It's
pretty
kinda,
much.
It's kind of going full on like heartfelt feel, but
in a way, it didn't feel so much like it was glam rock in the same way that Mechanical Animals or Golden Age of Grotesque was. I would say, yeah, like you said, it was definitely more Bowie-esque. I would say it felt very similar to what Diamond Dogs was in that sense, but it didn't really feel extremely different when it came to Manson. If anything, I thought it was relatively very, very appropriate when it came to his musical evolution, especially when we take into into account that he's in his 50s. This man is like aging, and he's
Mhm.
definitely not doesn't have like the same grit that he used to have with his records in the 90s, but with Antichrist Superstar and Hollywood and Cannibal Animals. It's definitely a different change of pace and
Yeah. And I
sort
hear
of
the
down and that sort of thing, which I don't think is inappropriate. I don't think it's if anything, I feel like it makes sense. And I feel like it's a it's a transition of sound that I was expecting it to be a little more jarring than
Mhm.
initially. But as soon as the more I listened to it, the more I realized, okay, I can this feels like right.
Yeah, yeah, I mean, it is a nice sound, a nice, atmosphere. I think that's a good word to say, atmosphere. But,
Right.
there's a couple of places where it kinda falls flat, sadly. As good as, the instrumental, may be interesting and the atmosphere might be well. The lyrics, the lyrics are questionable at
Yeah.
best. Uh, yeah, it's really odd. Actually, I'm gonna pull up, some I don't know if I'm gonna pull up the lyrics or what, but,
Don't worry, I got you. I got you. I pulled them up.
uh,
Funny story. As I was looking up Marilyn Manson's information, I accidentally pulled up Marilyn Monroe's information.
of course.
Of course. Um, I think the part that stuck out to us the most was the lyrics for the chorus, which was like,
Yeah,
"We are sick, fucked up, and complicated. We are chaos. We can't be cured," and it just repeats it. And
yeah,
when it came to the actual verses, the words mystery and misery also get repeated very frequently, which is not, for the record, repetition is not necessarily a bad thing because the Nobodies from Hollywood also has repeating lyrics, especially the verses. It has the first two sentences original. How is it? How does it go? It goes, the first sentence is A, then the second sentence is B, and then it goes back to A, and then it goes to B, and then for the chorus,
yeah.
it goes to sentence C, and then to sentence D, and then it just repeats, and it's like that. And that,
Also
go ahead.
also one thing I realized looking at the lyrics written down is that, like, says, "We are sick, fucked up, and complicated." It just it rhymes 2 things multiple times, like, it rhymes it twice. 'Cause the second
Yeah,
one's mystery, misery, mystery, and the other one, it's just, the lyrical I feel like, as you said, repetition is not bad. Repetition is what makes stuff catchy. It makes it, like the good earworm type songs, good heavy choruses, but thing is with this song, it doesn't have enough, lyrical diversity to kinda
right.
hold up a chorus like that. See, the chorus itself isn't bad, but with the support, with all the extra verses, it kind of falls flat. Because if you have this, because honestly, sounding wise, the chorus would be fine if the verses were just a little more diverse in lyricism and not
That
rhyming the same words over and over again. Like, you're rhyming the 2 same words twice in the one verse. Like, that's like some, like, SoundCloud rapper type shit.
yeah, and also, now that you mentioned that, one of the things that I noticed when I was listening to it is the fact that when he says the chorus, when he specifically says "We are chaos," there's a lot of power given to that phrase, but not so
Mhm.
much, not like much of the rest of the chorus is put to the wayside. So like when you listen to it, he puts so much power on "We are chaos," and then the rest is like the rest sounds very muffled. I feel like that has
Mhm.
also to do with the mix
Yeah, the
or maybe
mix.
the YouTube quality compression because we listen to it on YouTube, but then I mean, you could probably argue the fact that it's the same thing on Apple Music because I
Oh,
also
it
first
is.
got
I
Apple
listen to it
Music.
on Apple Music, yeah.
Yeah, and that was a little strange.
Unless Spotify has, like, god tier quality and mixing that we don't know about.
Yeah, yeah,
But,
exactly.
I was honestly I saw I'm a little disappointed with Shooter Jennings, producing, honestly, on this one.
Yeah, yeah, agreed.
'Cause, I
That
mean,
is to say that
I'm
maybe the instrumental sounds like instrumental wise, I think it sounds extremely good, but
yeah, yeah.
like you said,
Just
mixing, that's all.
muffled,
Yeah.
very muffled mixing, and I'm not Daniel's more, uh, knowledgeable on Shooter Jennings, but I know that he's a pretty big name, and I thought, well, big names usually step it up,
Yeah,
and I feel like that. He mixing
Just
wise, I just don't think it worked.
he's been working since what, the 90s, I think? He
Uh,
released an album only 2 years ago, so
yeah, yeah, yeah. I
yeah,
did a little research on him. Yeah, he's still making music,
right.
but
And got
also, uh, one more. I think our true final criticism was this. I don't know. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. The music video was straight up goofy.
oh, it was ass.
The music video was goofy. Uh, it looks like it honestly looks like something out of like a early 2000s like Limp Bizkit kind of music
Yeah.
video.
Was that the aesthetic that he was trying to go for? 'Cause
I don't think
it
you
is
want I don't think you want to be compared to Limp Bizkit,
good
especially
point.
in 2020.
Good point. But, there was a comment that I saw in the Reddit thread for that video, and somebody said, "Man, Manson did it. He finally made a video that was worse than Deep Sex."
Yeah,
This just got me.
yeah,
Uh, but yeah, I would say it's goofy. Yeah,
it's
definitely.
really goofy. I couldn't take it serious at all. I was watching that and I was just like, it's like this whole like we are chaos, like whole dark vibe, right? And it's
Yeah,
just
actually,
goofy.
now that you mention that, I think that the Goofy-esque, music video kinda did ruin the song for you too,
It
'cause
really did.
I didn't watch it before I listened to the song, so, like, when I listened to the song, "Oh, it sounds alright," but then you listen to the song while you're watching the video, and you just hear Manson going, "We are chaos," while that imagery is going in the background, and you just
Mhm.
think, "What the hell's going on? What is this?
Yeah, no, because I watched the first time I saw it was with the music
Is this One
video.
Republic?"
It was not a good sight, and I honestly, I I don't want to. I mean this in the nicest way possible. It kind of shows how Manson's aging because he just picked the worst image just to be like of his face to be like used throughout that whole music video.
What
Because that
who
just
was
look he just looks like he looks like the meme where it's like Marilyn Manson looks like Nicolas Cage dressed as Marilyn Manson. I hate to say it, but that picture pretty much embodies that meme.
I thought you were gonna say he looked like Jeff the Killer, the
I would,
creepypasta.
my God, no, that's a
That
diss. That at least
now that
Jeff
I
the
think
Killer
about it,
looks a little younger, but
I mean, God, seeing his CGI face just plastered on the vials and
the
the
pill was so bad.
the pill. God, that looked like you ever watched Sausage Party?
I have not. Oh, Sausage Party? Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. You know how the faces are plastered on the foods?
Yeah,
That's how
yeah,
he looked like with the pill.
yeah. It's just not good. It's not good. But yeah, I mean, I feel like if the song had better lyricism and a not awful music video and better mixing, I feel like it could have been, as Jennings and Manson said, a masterpiece. But
Right.
honestly, I feel like that they hyped it up. They hyped it up a little too much, calling it a
Oh,
masterpiece.
agreed.
And I'm like, I wanted to believe this was going to be a masterpiece. The aura, it just gives it off like a very like anthemic dark aura. But lyricism wise, mixing wise, and I don't see how any masterpiece could come with a shitty music video like that. But
It doesn't help that the song was also, like, only 4 minutes long, which
uh,
actually, no, correction, let me correct myself.
I'm gonna say 4 minutes
Not
is a decent length.
Yeah, 4 minutes is a decent length. I was God, I don't know, I was expecting a little bit more.
He wants he wants a 20-minute math rock power ballad from Marilyn Manson.
Give me the 20-minute progressive, fucking 3 yeah, something like that.
If
Echoes.
Manson
Give me
if
Echoes Part 6.
if Manson went prog, then my god,
Come on,
that
you don't think that would be awesome? That would be incredible.
this Manson gone Dream Theater.
Uh, we need more, you know what we need prog country.
God, we already have hip hop country. We don't need prog country.
Christ. But it would be better though. It would be better.
If you say so.
I don't know. What do I know about music? That I clearly pulled that out of my ass. Um,
Yeah,
I think
like they did with that fucking music video.
yeah. Uh, I feel like one of the good things that this song does is it does kind of like set the precedent for whatever the rest of the album will be,
Yeah. Yeah, I really
which
hope,
is good
like
because, like we said a day ago, we were just thinking, how the hell is this album going to be like?
yeah,
What are we
yeah,
supposed to be
I was
expecting?
scared. I was scared. But, yeah, honestly, if the mixing gets better throughout the whole album, and, I mean, if the vibe kinda stays there, the whole, like, dark like, I want it to be, like, kinda like that same thing, but I don't want him just to get stuck in that box
Yeah,
of,
yeah,
just of, like, moody
yeah.
I would say that's kinda like moody, that moodiness, slow moody.
You said
He had to
you
break
said
free a
lacked
little bit.
grit.
Wait a
Oh,
second, you cut
you
out.
said you lacked grit, right?
Uh, I think it could have had grit. That song could have been it sounds like it could have, like, the whole instrumental, but, like, the lyric-wise, it was just like yeah, I think I compared it to a 10th grader who listened to a David Bowie's Greatest Hits CD and, tried to make Bowie dark,
Yeah,
lyric-wise.
yeah, yeah, yep. It reminded me a lot of Space Oddity
Yeah.
with the opening.
Yeah, very much, and that opening was very, very, close to that.
Right. And I don't want him to go back to the Manson of the night. I know we say him even though Manson's technically a band, but I don't want them to go back to the Manson of the 90s because at the same even though it produced incredible music, at the same time it was a shitty time for them. Like I mean Antichrist
Yeah.
was played with like horrifying like the production for it was just absolutely abysmal. Hollywood with the Columbine shooting in the background.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's I don't want them to go back to neither the style that they were making nor to the
I mean,
same mind.
I feel like they could do something similar, still have because Manson's had grit for the past, pretty much his most recent album, Heaven
Yeah.
Upside Down definitely had grit and, like, almost like throwbacks to that earlier sound, but I feel like that if he were to do something more gritty like that, then he could totally do it in, like, commentary on today's climate and stuff like that. But, like,
I'm
I
so
don't think he should go full on, like, cause artists that start rehashing full on their old stuff, it's just like it kind of makes it look like, okay, you're trying to relive the old days.
yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I'm just surprised Tyler Bates is not on this. I was
Yeah,
fully expecting a third collaboration.
yeah, but hey, I'm like, I'm not gonna be a doomer. Like, I'm not gonna be doom and gloom. I'm gonna have some hope for this album.
Dude, I'm just excited that we're just getting more Manson even in 2020.
Oh yeah, oh
'Cause, like
yeah,
and, that would just that's, like, something you can just think, and man, he's still producing music, he's still really good at it, and we're just glad to have him.
yeah. Even though this song isn't my favorite song, I do believe I would probably come back to it just for the instrumentals alone and his vocals. Oh, and the one thing I forgot to mention, his actual vocals on the
Yeah,
track is actually
that
mad
was
decent.
genuinely good. It felt very reminiscent of Mechanical albums.
Mechanical album.
Great, good job, Daniel. Mechanical Animals. It felt very reminiscent
Yeah.
of that.
Yeah, and I really fucked with that because Mechanical Animals is my favorite, Manson album, and I was like, "Whoa, this is like, Mechanical Animals-esque," and I was like obviously not really because, with time, his vocals kinda changed because he's getting older, but
Right.
it was very reminiscent of Mechanical Animals, and it was like I was like, "Oh, shit, this is gonna be hype," and then, the lyrics,
Yeah.
but,
I
you
mean,
know
I'm hoping this is just an isolated incident.
yeah, I really hope so. I really hope that this is maybe hopefully it's a bait. Hopefully they actually give us the worst song on the album, and so every other song will be like look really good in comparison.
Yeah. Yeah.
Guys, it's not really a masterpiece. We're just fucking with you. This is an actual masterpiece, and so we're like, oh, okay.
he just goes back and changes the album version of the song. He's like, no, 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 that was just a single. This is what it really sounds like. And
That would be dope.
you just hear you just hear Antichrist Superstar 2.0.
I feel like honestly, if we had Antichrist Superstar 2.0, it'd be a little corny at this point.
It would be. I
Yeah.
mean, how do I say it? Antichrist Superstar was it's an amazing album concept. It's an incredible concept, but it's also
Mhm.
a relic of its time. There is no way this could be made now, nor it should be made now.
I
Frankly,
think it was made at a perfect time where music controversy was at an all-time high
yeah.
and everyone was getting mad at music because nowadays there's really no music controversy like there was back then. So if another Antichrist Superstar were to come out today, or if he were to make another Antichrist Superstar, say if it was Antichrist Superstar 2.0 with this new album instead of We Are Chaos, then I don't think it would have that much impact. It would just kind of look corny, like, oh, he's trying to make another Antichrist Superstar, and it's just, yeah, I don't
Wouldn't
think it would really land.
wouldn't it be like in the same fashion that what kind of happened? It's happening to South Park, where back in when it came out, when did it come out? Like
Mm,
1995, something like
It
that.
was like in the 90s.
Yeah. Back in the 90s, you had South Park, which was very challenging,
Offensive. Yeah.
to say the least. Challenging. And nowadays, it's almost like expected that South Park would not only satirize something, but just more or less be right. Or
Yeah.
like, oh, it's just South Park being South Park. There's
Yeah.
that loss of maybe not grit, but maybe as we as we evolve as a society, and as some of us who grew up with this stuff, we just kind of see, we just look back and we see kind of like the things from a different perspective.
Well,
And
I mean, also, if you really think about it, the kids in the 90s who are teenagers liking that stuff are parents now, you
that
know?
that too, and
So,
they're instilling those values on their children.
yeah, yeah. So they're teaching them not to get offended by a song or a TV show. I mean, it's still obviously prevalent to in this day because, everyone's offended by everything,
Hasn't
but
it gotten
not,
like better technically? I mean,
I mean, better for like songs and like TV, but like kind of like the whole social media thing. Which I don't want to get down that rabbit hole. This isn't about social media. This is about Marilyn Manson. But
good
yeah,
idea. Just keep it
yeah,
brief.
yeah. But um, yeah. So I believe that's pretty much everything we had on. Anything else you'd like to add before we kind of take a wrap?
Um, I'm just genuinely excited to see what else will come up.
Hmm.
That being said, I'm glad he didn't actually drop on the full album. That way, Creeper doesn't have to deal with the fallout
Oh
because
yeah, we should.
Creeper comes out this Friday.
Yeah,
So
the new Creeper album comes out this Friday,
thank.
which yeah, we should totally do a review on that one.
I'm excited for that.
Yeah, yeah. Also, one more thing I'd like to add, which I don't think actually we didn't cover, is that the the album cover looks really cool.
It does. It does. I have to. I gotta be honest. It's the best cover he's made for like an album since God Golden Age. I think.
I think I like this one a lot better than Golden Age.
Yeah, I do too. Yeah.
Actually, I think I'm thinking this is probably like fourth. Everyone compared to like Antichrist and Mechanical Animals and Hollywood, because I think those three are probably the coolest album covers.
Yeah, agreed. Which
But
we should totally make a video on the triptych.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
But for now, this is going to be the end of the first episode. Hope you everyone enjoyed.
Yeah.
Remember to leave us a comment, leave us a like, and a subscribe, It's like a fucking
Good job.
yeah. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. And yeah, we'll see you next time for the next review. Hopefully, a full album this time. Well, next time. All right. Well, uh, fuck. Goodbye.